fighting games outside of Smash Bros. Are foreign to me. I did play Naruto Shippuden Clash of Ninja Revolution 3, and would soon try out other fighting games in the genre. But I would falter immediately. The combo system is overwhelming. Even in Sonic Fighters, I just mashed buttons till I won. Punch-Out is more simplistic with its gameplay, though there wasn't much choice due to the limitations of the NES. Regardless, it was a hit for the console, but the games are a side topic. You'd be surprised at what cool items were made to promote Punch-Out. Let's enter the ring and knock out the world of Punch-Out merchandise! Before hitting home consoles, in 1984, Super Punch-Out, not to be confused with its SNES counterpart, was an arcade game with similar gameplay to the home console version, only more immersive. This leaflet was given out at a press conference. It features a player fighting through the arcade machine, with all the challengers on the other side. Whether this flyer was used outside the conference is beyond me. Punch-Out for the NES, formerly Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, released in 1987 for the NES. This photo was hand-signed by Mike Tyson in the presence of a JSA authentication representative. On the back is a certificate of authenticity from JSA. Another JSA item is this signed poster of the box art. Japan even promoted the game through this flyer. This poster advertises an event held by Nintendo, a live boxing show. I assume it retells the game through live-action boxing. What a cool concept, if that's how it went. The Nintendo brand of Topps cards feature characters from Punch-Out. Some have stickers or tips to help you beat the game. This card right here is a trading card, a single trading card with tips on the back. If you were a part of the Super Power Club, you'd get this Punch-Out card with a description on the back as well as a challenge. Part of the Nintendo Power catalog was this here trash can of colorful art from Punch-Out. Items like these are not cheap, nor easy to track down. Just like these cheap pinball games. There are 3 in total. By Perfect Punch are these embroidered patches you'd stitch together yourself. It looks easy, but I doubt it is. Hasbro made a line of Nintendo trophy figures featuring characters from hit games like Super Mario Bros., Legend of Zelda, and of course, Punch-Out. Each trophy has little Mac defeating a fighter and has a sticker to write down your score, name, and date. Novelties like these are really charming in my opinion. It's such a shame that we don't get stuff like that anymore. By Applause are these little figures of Little Mac and King Hippo. To be honest, any Applause figure that isn't Mario or Pac-Man are harder to get since not many people bought these guys. Also by Applause are these stickers. One of them is a Punch-Out. They're lenticular so they give off that 3D effect. Super Punch-Out for the Super Nintendo released in October of 1994. And to help promote the game, employees wore this pin badge at wherever games were sold at the time. You'd also see this tab hanging on a desk or shelf near the games. These kinds of displays were common in the 90s. This poster would hang near the games as well as this one using the same artwork. To celebrate its 30th anniversary, Punch-Out released onto Nintendo Wii, and this contender kit was given and or sold to select few during promotion. Inside said kit, you'd get Doc Lewis's favorite candy bar titled Remedy, a King Hippo punching bag, his crown, and boxers that have the infamous Power Star. However, the boxers contain an unsettling warning. The yellow ink printed on the boxers contains traces of chemicals known to the state of California to cause cancer. Then why the heck use that ink in the first place? I guess the manufacturers didn't know at the time? Well, whatever the case may be, it's part of the reason why so many are sealed. Aside from that kit, there's this green boxing glove signed by the man who punched out both Mike Tyson and Mr. Dream. Now take a wild guess as to how one would get this glove.
Go on, guess.
Did you guess it right? The answer is you'd get it through an Amazon pre-order of the game. No joke! And these bumper stickers are also not a joke. Nintendo really went edgy here. The gloves are on. This poster or ad would be in a magazine, It reminds me of that suggestive Mario Strikers advert. Moving on! This advert is in German and has a volunteer message. It roughly translates: Grain free for Punch-Out, Nintendo is sponsoring a sand sack of box packages that will knock your socks off today, including boxing gloves signed by the legendary former British professional boxer Joe Calzaghe, world champion and super middleweight in 4 associations. The first package is a Wii console with a balance board, a Punch-Out game, and a pair of signed boxing gloves. The second package contains 5 copies of the game, and the third has 1. If you pre-order the game through Target's website, you'd get a poster, but we only have this advert to prove it exists. During the same year, Little Mac got an amiibo for Smash Bros. On Wii U and 3DS. It may not be much, but it's better than having no new Little Mac figure, am I right? In 2020, Discogs released an official vinyl of the Super Punch-Out soundtrack, and in 2021, Geek Fuel had this tee feature in one of their boxes. Who would have thought that Punch-Out would be getting representation in this day and age? I never had the luxury of growing up with Punch-Out, but I do love it for what it is. The game added variety to the NES library and became one of the console's hit games. Do you think Punch-Out deserves another game? Maybe even more merchandise? Perhaps I missed an item or two. If I did, feel free to beat me up in the comments section. Not literally. Please. By perfect punch are these embroidered patches you'd stick together. Stitch! Not... I was going to make a Lilo Stitch joke, but I can't think of anything. To be honest, any applause figure that isn't Mario or Little Mac... Pac-Man, not Little Mac, you dingus! Oh my word! Rain free for Punch-Out, Nintendo is sponsoring a sand sack of box packages!